I'm throwing this video together for those of you that are curious as to what gear I use on my camping and or backpacking excursions. So we'll get started with my tent. So the tent is the REI Co-op's Quarter Dome 2. This is technically a two-person tent, but it really sleeps one comfortably. When I'm backpacking, I want to have my gear in my tent with me so animals don't chew on my backpack like marmots. So I got the two-person tent so I can be in the tent with my gear. So this is the rainfly. The rainfly is fantastic on this tent. As you can see, it goes down pretty low to the ground. I have never gotten wet using this. I've been in several snowstorms and hailstorms with this rainfly, and it has come out unscathed, and I've always been dry. The nice thing about this tent is if you are going to use it for two people, it's got a door on both sides. So if somebody has to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, they won't disturb the other person in the tent. The Quarter Dome 2 is 88 inches long, so just over 7 feet long. So even if you're tall, you can fit in this. It's 3 pounds, 5 ounces. So not the lightest tent out there, but it's light enough for backpacking. Depends on your preference, but I'm okay with a little more weight and a little more room so I can stay dry and protect my gear overnight. My sleeping bag I actually got on Amazon. It's this company called Hyke&byke. This sleeping bag is fantastic. I've never been cold. It's rated down to 15 degrees. I think I've been in it down to about 22 degrees, and if anything, I was sweating. So it's Hyke&byke. The exterior is nylon and the filling is duck down. Since it is a down sleeping bag, it compresses very nicely, so it becomes very small for backpacking. I choose to bring a small little pillow with me. I do also have an inflatable pillow. It's called Trekology that makes it. Compresses into the size of a soda can. As for air mattresses, I have the Big Agnes Q Cortex. This is technically a sleeping mattress for side sleepers. I am a side sleeper. It's comfortable and it doesn't make a lot of noise. I did start out with a Thermarest mattress, which is over here. It's a little thinner. As you see, the Big Agnes is a lot thicker. So the Thermarest is comfortable for those who can sleep on their back. And then under my air mattress, I have an accordion Thermarest Z-Lite. It's silver on one side and yellow on the other. It's got little dimples in it to help retain heat. If you are looking to stay warm, you put the silver side up, and if it's in the middle of the summer, you're looking to cool off, you put the yellow side up. For light in my tent at night, I have this inflatable solar-powered Luminade pack light. Relatively inexpensive, and this thing holds a charge for a very long time, and it's got several different settings on it. My backpack. Gregory. It's the Gregory Baltoro 75. It's a good backpack for multiple days out on the trail. It's got several pockets on it, zip pockets on the front, on the side, on the top. You can attach poles to the side, trekking poles, or in my case, I'll attach trekking poles or a stool. Got a water bottle on the side. It's also outfitted to put a water bladder on the inside. It's a fantastic backpack. Backpack is definitely something you don't want to go cheap on. I went to REI and had them fit this for my size, and it's very comfortable. I've never had any issues with this backpack. It also comes with a rainfly. The Gregory backpack Baltoro 75 actually comes with a day pack inside, but it's just a little lightweight almost like sleeve that you can throw on your back and carry some stuff if you want. Since I'm doing some challenging hikes, I need a lot of gear to come with me. I'll usually bring my own day pack, but it still fits inside my backpack. So this is my Fjallraven day pack that I'll use usually in the summer. And then I have a Daykind day pack that I'll use in the winter, because that one has more places to attach things to the outside of the backpack for things like skis. Inside my day pack I have my 2-liter Camelback water bladder. Most of my excursions are in bear country, so I have a bear canister. You can do a bear bag if you feel like putting your stuff in a bag and trying to hang it from a tree. That's a little challenging for some, and also in some situations you might not be camping around trees. So a bear canister is the way to go for me. Anything with a scent has to go in here, so toothpaste, hand sanitizer, snacks, food. Here I've got toothbrushes and hand sanitizer, snacks, backpacking food. Got some lasagna here, and any trash I might have. It's all got to go in the bear canister. Another useful part of this bear canister is if you don't have a stool or something to sit on, now you have something to sit on. Since most of my hikes are in bear country, I not only bring a bear canister for everything that smells, but I also bring bear spray for protection. I have the REI Backpack FlexLite Air Chair. REI chair. The only negative about this is if you are sitting on soft ground, it doesn't have flat feet. It's got little knobs, so you could sink a little bit. All in all, it's a fantastic lightweight chair. When you're backpacking, you don't want to carry too much water in with you because it's heavy. So as long as you're camping somewhere or hiking somewhere that is close to a water source, it's good to bring a water filtration system instead of carrying in all the water. I use the Katadyn gravity-fed water filtration system. So this is the Katadyn Be-Free 3-liter water filtration system. You just throw this bag in the lake or river. It goes through this filter system, down the hose into whatever you're gonna drink out of. Water bladder, water bottle, you name it. For cooking, I have this awesome tiny MSR stove. It all fits in this little container. I've got my gas can in there, my stove, and the pot to put the water into. Cool to handle the pot when it's hot. Got my lighter and little stove and the gas. For my hikes, I use black diamond trekking poles with cork handles. These are nice because they're adjustable, as you can see. After doing 4 14ers without trekking poles, I finally asked somebody if they really make a difference. And the person I asked said it made them feel 20 years younger. So I started using them, and now I don't know how I did before without them. Anytime I'm hiking terrain with a risk of rock fall or falls, usually class 3 and above hikes, I'll bring my black diamond climbing helmet. When I first started doing hikes in Colorado, I would just use regular hiking shoes. These are my Salomon Conta Grip hiking shoes. But then once I start getting into more technical climbs, class 3 and above, I made the switch to approach shoes. These shoes are great for getting excellent grip on steep rock. Once I start hiking or climbing in icy or snowy conditions, it's good to have micro spikes. You just go on your shoe, and you got these metal chains and spikes. These are Catula micro spikes. Highly recommend these. Yak Track makes a form of traction, but it's just like metal wires. There's no spikes, and they break easily. I had a pair of those and they lasted me 2 hikes, whereas these have lasted me several hikes and they're still in great condition. Anytime I am climbing in the winter on some pretty extreme terrain, I'll bring an ice axe and my crampons. For communication, oftentimes I am out off the grid where there's no cell phone signal, so I will use the Garmin InReach on the left. It's a satellite phone. And then if I am going with several people or even just one other person and there's a chance that we might want to split up, I'll bring the walkie-talkie. It's got a 30-mile range. Works great. And then last but not least, some of my odds and ends that I'll bring. I'll bring a headlamp, utility knife, got some paracord, got a survival kit with some fire starters in it, bandages, emergency blankets, that type of stuff, a little trowel for digging a cat hole, and in the bag I got some TP. Got a cell phone charger, well, portable charger, not just for the cell phone. It's an Anchor charger. And then I've got some tethers and some carabiners. I use the Gaia GPS for tracking and route finding.